Hi, guys. So, before we begin, I have a question for you all. If you're a man watching this, listen attentively. If you are a woman watching this, please listen and share with your husband. So, I have a question for men and women. What is that um, thing that you think a woman loves, that you think she really desires in bed? So, as Christians, I grew up sometimes hearing from some Christians that sex is not godly, is dirty, is it's shameful. It's something that we should not talk about. But as I grew older and my relationship with God grew, because I had questions and I'm quite inquisitive. Like, if you know me, you would know that Sarah can ask. Sarah can ask questions. I mean, I ask questions all the time. If I don't understand something, I ask. And yes, I asked them questions about sex too. So, from my findings, I realized that sex is actually godly. Godly. It's beautiful. It's not shameful. It's part of a healthy marriage. It's so beautiful that it could never ever, it could only have come from God. It could never have come from darkness. That's how beautiful it is. It's so amazing that the devil cannot fathom. He can't create something like that. Something so full of beauty. Satan cannot create something like that. So I want to say that I I began to realize that sex is actually beautiful because it actually came from a beautiful God. Our God is so beautiful. So he only creates beautiful things. And sex is one of those beautiful things that God created. What makes sex wrong is when you are having it um, outside of the creator's prescription. When I mean outside of the creator's prescription, I mean that God created sex, right? And he created it for a purpose. He created it to function in a certain environment, and it's nothing to be ashamed of to desire it, to want it. It's nothing to be ashamed of to want to look forward to it. However, it's a problem when there's no discipline, you know. Just like you go to buy drugs, maybe painkillers, for example, and there's a prescription on how to use the painkiller. I heard that, I don't know, but I heard that some of this weed, like marijuana and the rest, they are actually used, they have their own use, they are used to create, to produce some of these drugs for depression and all that. But it was designed to function in a certain way. It's when you abuse, when you use it outside the prescription, then that's when it becomes sinful, when you abuse it. So I believe that sex is so beautiful. It's God's gift to marriage. But when you use it outside the creator's prescription, then it becomes something else. It's now abused. And when something is abused, it takes a different shape. It takes a different form. Do you understand? So today I will be talking about sex in marriage. Um, let's get started. Guys, you're like my primary audience for this session. I have a question for you guys. What do women want in bed? This is a very important question because I have seen men who complain. I've heard men complain tirelessly that their women don't like sex, right? Married women. Now, I am speaking in the context of marriage, and I am speaking as a woman as well. What do you think women really, really want in bed? Now, there's something I've gotten to understand, which I think a lot of men don't know, is that sex is not just sex for a woman. It's so deep. It is really, really deep. This is why a lot of women, let me say, it's not natural for a woman to be promiscuous just because of sex. She may be promiscuous because of money. Maybe she needs money and she wants, she may be promiscuous due to other reasons. But a woman who is mentally stable, psychologically sound in the mind. I'm not talking about a woman who has been through a certain trauma that has changed her makeup in a way. No, I'm talking about a woman who is healthy emotionally in every way. She's likely not going to cheat or sleep around just because of sex. She can sleep around for other reasons: money, love. Maybe she's looking for marriage, or maybe she's not attracted to her spouse. Other reasons, but not just for sex. So this is why a man should know that for women, sex is really, 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 is really deep. It's really deep. For a woman, right? Her mind needs to be interested. The heart needs to be interested for the body to respond. The heart, you need to win the heart. You need to win the mind for the body to respond. It's not just, maybe for, I think most women are also, they're not, they're not moved just by looks. They are moved by the way you treat them. They are moved by a whole lot of things. But I will not be talking about that in this video. I'll be talking about that in another video, which I'll post the link in the description. For this video, let's talk about married couple. Let's assume everything has been put in place. The emotional, maybe you've already prepared her emotionally to receive you, and her body receives you already. So let's keep the other parts. We'll talk about that in another video. So let's say her body already receives you, her heart is with you, and you guys are married. How do you get her to be in the mood, right? That's what we're talking about today. One way to get her to be sexually interested and excited with you is foreplay. You see, when a woman wants to make love to her husband, it's not just it's not just it's not just about the penetration. She wants to connect, right? She wants to She wants to express love and receive love. Now, I'm not saying that this is all the time. There are times that the mood changes and she wants something different. But the majority of the time, this woman needs foreplay. One of the reasons women need foreplay is because women are kind of slower to get aroused. Like women, for a woman to get aroused, right, it takes a longer time compared to a man. I think biology also explains this. Biology says that women have, like men produce more testosterone that maybe that kind of increases their sexual drive. And this may be responsible for the quicker response men have when it comes to sex. But a woman needs more time, you know, she needs more time. She needs to be groomed. She needs to be cajoled. She needs to be persuaded, you know. And this may be one of the reasons why it will take her longer time. And because women are creatures of love, or let me say, women are receptive to love. Women need love. Women need affection. A woman needs that caress, that gentle touch, those tender kisses. You know, these things are very important. They send signals to the brain that she's in a safe place. She's open to welcome an external object into her. You know, it's not just the tender kisses though. You know, I told you earlier that um she needs to be she needs to be in a good place emotionally, which I will discuss in another video. So let's say the video will be part one of this kind of topic, you know. But I'll put the link in the description. So it's better you watch that video first before watching this one. So let's assume she's in a really, really good place emotionally and she wants to connect with you, right? In the bed. Foreplay is so important. Foreplay, foreplay. You need, as a man, you need to be patient. You need to be persuasive in the sense that this thing called sex, it actually thrives in a place of love. For a woman, it thrives in a place of love. Because when love is not there, it's like the major ingredient is missing. And that is why when a man loves a woman, it's easy for him to give her this gentle touch, this caress. He wants to please her. He sees her as tender. He sees her as soft. He sees her as, of course, soft but strong, you know, internally. But then soft, someone you want to pamper, you want to pet, you want to appreciate. This is why a woman needs, you see those caresses, those back rub and gentle touch, and it sends a message. A woman it will be easy for a woman, it will be easier for a woman to give you her body as her husband when there is love, when she feels loved. It's easier for her body to respond when she feels safe emotionally. She feels loved. Her heart will respond. Her mind will respond. Then her emotions will respond. And as soon as her emotions respond, her body will respond. Guys, foreplay. Foreplay is so important. I think it is one of the most important aspects of lovemaking in a marriage. Now, like I said earlier, there are times you'll be in the mood and maybe you've done something really special for her. she wants to just eat you up. Yes, there are times like that. But like I said, most of the time, she needs foreplay. And I noticed that apart from other reasons, men that don't get to have their wives jumping on them a lot are men that don't know how to give foreplay. They don't know how to give love. Or men that only give foreplay and affection when they want sex. You know, when the woman knows that you're selfish, I don't know. It's just not the right environment for sex to thrive. It doesn't. It may not thrive in that environment. That is why you must learn to love. You must learn to be affectionate. It will really, really make a difference in your love making as a couple. It will make a huge difference in the way she responds. But like I said, if you're a bad husband and you just come with foreplay, if her body may not pick, while your body is calling her, her own body may not pick up the phone or may not pick up the call, if you understand what I mean. So, love making is quite deep. I will be sharing with you in the other video how to prepare your wife for love making even before you get home. Even before you get home from work, she's already ready. Before you get back home, she's the one calling you. She's the one chasing you. I know I've heard men say that it would be nice for the woman to be the one to for the woman to be the one to suggest lovemaking. That it would be nice because men say that they are usually the ones suggesting. So if you want that kind of experience, it comes at a cost. And knowledge is one way to get started. I would say that apart from lovemaking, apart from foreplay, um, to get her in the mood, another thing is you must be willing to give in the bed, not just receive. You know what I mean? Some men are they are selfish. Like they want to be pleasured, but they don't want to give pleasure. Whatever you want, you must be ready to give. When I say this, I don't mean in weird ways. Like I mean in the confines of a healthy sex life. You know, I don't mean some kinky stuff that are crazy that I've heard of and it sounds really disturbing. I don't mean that. I mean in the confines of a healthy sex life. Whatever you want your wife to do for you or to you, please be willing to do the same. I wish I can go into details, but I can't. I can't go into details. Um, I'll see you in my next video. I hope this helped. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And have a great sex life in your marriage. I'll see you in my other video. Bye now.